Ooh. What are you? Ooh. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the all jazz episode?
Mayo.
Man.
We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome for the 5th time this week.
Yeah.
To the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And baby, this is a G-A-P has Mayo.
Woo.
Let's go. Listen, we got some breaking news. Jerod Mayo, now the youngest head coach in the NFL. It was in the succession plan that he would take over for Bill Belichick. Now they're going to find a new GM. But yeah, no Mike Vrabel, and that got solved very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
They had a plan. They had a succession plan in place, and pretty crazy to be that smooth with your transition from the best coach ever to being like, this is our guy. And they said Belichick had that in his contract, that Mayo would replace him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know how desirable that the Patriots are for like other head coaches in terms of like your roster, what you're working with there. But like, I think like the one thing you expect now is that the defense shouldn't regress. You got the guy who is coaching the linebackers. I think if Bill trusts him to do that, defense will be good. But now the question for me is, every time there's a Belichick disciple that goes somewhere else, it does not work out well. And I am scared just by Bill selecting Mayo that he's cursed. He's doomed. Like,
I don't know. See this. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, there's already some Patriots fans who are concerned with this hire that are like, it's just going to be just like Bill Belichick. Like, nothing's really going to change, in kind of terms like culture-wise and stuff like that. But I think the GM is going to make some changes. And, I mean, if they trust him enough, I think, you give Mayo a shot and see what you got. Because, I don't know, man. Like, they're a well-run organization. And I feel like for them to agree for that to be in the contract, even to begin with, like, they have to have a lot of faith in that guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, a guy who played for you for, a decade, roughly a decade, 8 years. I forget how long Mayo was there. And then come in and he's been coaching with them for a long time. Like, there's that, the continuity again. He knows the organization. He obviously has a good relationship with Robert Kraft, which is really important. And yeah, who they hire at GM will be significant. And, who they draft at number 2. And I like to say, I think I was first on this. Okay. Mm-hmm. I said I will never forgive the Patriots for not allowing Jerod Mayo to go to Tennessee and coach Will Levis. I'm seeing a lot of Will Levis Mayo jokes on Twitter now. And I never claimed to actually be the first. Maybe there's some timestamps to prove me wrong, but I feel like I set off that domino of really lame jokes. So actually, I don't want to take credit for it now that I think about it.
Excuse me, this is the operator, Captain Over. I have an emergency call for you on line 5 from a Mr. Ham.
All right, give me Ham on 5. Hold the mail.
That's the first thing I thought of. It's the first thing. Give me Ham on 5. Hold the Mayo. Yeah, so like it's a weird stipulation because we don't see this often. So like that's Wesley's question of, do you think that this is going to happen often? I got to be honest, I don't think so.
No,
I mean, here's the thing. You could surpass like the Rooney Rule. You could kind of get through, like, we have our guy and stuff like that. So at least it could expedite the process. But I don't think there's that many guys waiting in the wings that have been there for that long, that have the trust of the organization, that would stay there that long for that to be even written in to the contract.
Yeah, I mean, it could be with Dan Quinn in Dallas.
Sure.
That could be one. You would think maybe in Pittsburgh with Tomlin, but there's not that guy that, like, Mayo was last coaching cycle. Like, Jerod Mayo was a like legit candidate for head coaching vacancies. A lot of people thought he was one of the next head coaches in the waiting. So he was already being viewed as a head coaching candidate by other teams outside the league. So, you know. What?
Is that Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker about to kill? What kind of fan fiction are we working with here? But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree with you though. McDaniel's probably fuming. McDaniel's is lucky. Like, he gets to get paid a ton of money.
Yeah, he should have stuck around if he thought. You know, we thought he was when he did this to the Colts. Okay, let's just be blunt. When he said, "Fuck you, Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Suck my nuts, you pieces of S." When he said that to all of Indianapolis.
Hold on. Can we just pause for a hot second? I love how you censored S, but started that off.
I like to sometimes censor the F word in my videos when it's visual. And to me, it's just like a funny joke. Like, I'll say the F word like 10 times in the episode. But when it's written, I'll censor it. Like, it's a joke for myself. I don't know if anybody else notices it. But after he did that to Indianapolis, we all thought, well, maybe he's going back to New England because he knows he'll be the next head coach there, right?
Sure.
And maybe that was kind of the plan.
Yep.
But he took the job with the Raiders. Or maybe Bill was like, don't ever let this guy be head coach. He is very good as an offensive coordinator, but if you think that man should run your organization, you are an idiot, good sir.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the question too. Like, is he gonna keep things relatively similar? I wouldn't be surprised if he does things differently. But then again, Bill O'Brien's also like a staple of that organization also.
Yeah. What if Bill O'Brien, what if he goes to Alabama? If you could go back to Alabama.
Right, so the Kraft selected him, so then that's like a different story then. You know, I mean, that would make sense too, that it's written in the contract. The Crafts would have to agree to that. Right.
But where does that from? Like, I heard that Bill wanted that in Bill's contract. Or did the Kraft say, we want to put this in your contract? Like, why would that be in Bill's contract? Is that just misreporting? Do we have information that is blurry here?
It should be, yeah. Hines.
I'm sure they agreed on it. I think Kraft and Belichick agreed on it. Either way, I mean, it wouldn't be like a thing where like Bill's like, no, I do not want Mayo, but Kraft's like, no, we're putting him in your contract as your successor. I think it'd be mutual. It'd be mutual.
I think it's just, yeah, exactly. They've had him for like a really long time. I mean, I feel like teams do this more with, or like it could be something similar, like with the Packers, for example. Like the way that they're structured, that they have like a plan because Mark Murphy has to retire in 2025 because of his age.
There we go. I think that's right. Sorry.
So in that case, like they already have somebody, you know, set up to be the next president, I would assume. Here, I don't know about coaching. It's just very different from what you're used to seeing. It's cool, you know, and if it works, the Patriots are going to look like geniuses.
Yeah.
You know, and because they were able to like, hey, let's go. Now we're going to go find our GM. You know, all these other head coaching vacancies. Like, you do wonder, like, now what we're talking about, Vrabel, where the hell does Vrabel go? Like, that's
Seattle,
really
baby.
interesting.
Seahawks. Seahawks.
He could go to the Seahawks. Yeah, I think he could go there if a certain Cowboys coach, you know, doesn't
Dan
go right
Quinn.
now. So Vrabel would be Vrabel would be fun on the Falcons too. Like, again, the Falcons are just like a fun.
How would Falcons fans feel about Vrabel? I mean, they got Arthur Smith from Tennessee, right? Do you have, you know, are you reluctant to go back to that well if you're a Falcons fan? I know they're different. They're very different, right? But Sometimes that's stigma. Yeah, that's the whole thing with the Patriots. They need a quarterback.
They do.
They're in a spot to pick him. They just better pick the right guy.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, then it's going to be hard for whoever that man is, because it was hard for Bill Belichick without a quarterback.
Dude, well, yeah. So Vrabel, I think right now is probably like the hottest coaching free agent, I would say, right? I think that's fair. So I think Seattle makes a lot of sense if
Belichick
Dan Quinn doesn't go there.
Hotter.
Say again?
Hotter. Belichick would be hotter, right, than Vrabel?
No. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb. I am so sorry.
No, but I mean, honestly, and I think you brought this up, like when you're looking at Belichick, how many years does he have left?
Yeah.
If you're thinking about longevity, Vrabel might be more appealing to somebody than Belichick. It kind of like, I mean, we don't know where Belichick is, how much longer he wants to coach, and what his approach is going to be where he goes. Like, does he want full control? So maybe Vrabel is hotter.
I think it's two different circumstances, right? And like you said, longevity. It's just if you want a guy who's going to be here for like 10 years, hoping. Like, I think, in my personal opinion, Vrabel's a guy you hire like if you're the Commanders. Like, players love him.
Yeah, fair.
Right? He's good. You want to like do like a reboot, and you're going to get a high draft pick. You're going to be able to kind of rebuild the team. It's just you're putting a lot of faith in him. But then again, like whoever the Commanders hire is going to be fascinating, because you are putting a ton of faith in them to get off on the right foot, like all new fans, potentially eventually a new name, like whole new everything, new regime. Who's going to be the first guy that you're going to pick, and you're not going to get any like carryover, no Ron Rivera, anything like that, that's going to lead you into the future.
Yeah, what's kind of crazy too, it's like Vrabel's a defensive guy, Belichick's a defensive guy, Antonio Pierce is interviewing in Tennessee. He's a defensive guy.
Yep.
Dan Quinn, if that situation happens, that's a defensive guy. It kind of makes Ben Johnson, like, to me, the most appealing candidate, actually. Like, I want my head coach to be an offensive guy. That's where I'm at now in my football philosophy, if I'm a pretend GM. And I live in a lot of pretend worlds, Tom, because this basement's, limiting. But
if they fire Sirianni, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's what, like, in my last episode, I said that Mike McCarthy's the only playoff head coach who's actually on the hot seat. And immediately people are like, fuck Sirianni. What about Sirianni? Damn, dude. People turn on coaches so fast.
Like that.
So
Belichick
fast.
in Philadelphia would be crazy if he wanted to go to a team where he's just like, I'll make them. He'll win a Super Bowl in like 2 years.
I mean, immediately it makes their defense good. And then,
Decent chance. Not
Maybe.
a non-zero chance.
Maybe.
It'd be a cool homecoming.
So crazy.
But
I really hope that there's a lot of crazy stuff with coaches, but I hope Antonio Pierce gets ripped away from the Raiders. I hope to God the Raiders are left with their tail between their legs, because Mark Davis wasn't smart enough.
I mean, yeah, that's, again, I think you just have to have a level of longevity to put that into a contract, and like faith in that person that they're not going anywhere. Like, again, the Mike Tomlins, maybe Harbaugh, because he's the second longest. But even then, like, you're starting to get down to they haven't been there an insane amount of time.
I think it's so ridiculous that Mike McCarthy, and I don't know if it's actually true. I think we just think it because we thought he may have had a short leash. But, like, I think the Cowboys are a very good team. I think he's done a great job coaching that team. And, yes, I think Dan Quinn is part of that. But it's like, why is McCarthy on the hot seat? Because the Cowboys might not make it to the Super Bowl. Like what Tomlin did with this iteration of the Steelers this season, I think is very impressive. Nick Sirianni, they were 10-1. Yeah, things didn't go well late, but I think that's more of a coordinator problem. And then, but isn't there who's Philly's defensive coordinator right now?
Matt Patricia.
No, it was Desai, right?
Yeah,
was
and then
Desai?
Matt Patricia.
And now it's Patricia. Who's their offensive coordinator?
I forget his name off the top of my head. It's there. It's Brian.
Oh, Brian Johnson. That's
Yeah.
right. I always
always
Ben
mix
Johnson,
up their
Brian Johnson.
yeah.
I'm like,
so Ben Johnson. Yeah, it's fine. But I always forget that his name's Brian Johnson.
B Johnson would be a good. Isn't he getting looks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got Brian Johnson getting head coaching requests. So I don't know. But
Never know.
if
Never know.
like you talk about Belichick to the Eagles, if there's one guy who would be aggressive to make a move, it would be Howie Roseman. Like, I'm not sure you remove Sirianni this quick, but if there's a guy who'd be like, I can make a change and it will benefit us right now, that GM is Howie Roseman. He don't fuck around. Sorry, F around.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying getting rid of Howie, and I was like, oh, no.
Howie would be like, sorry, Sirianni, I'm going to go get
I get
Belichick.
you.
We can get better.
Well, because he sees the window. He's just like, there is like this much space that we have. So, I mean, it'd be interesting. You give Belichick like a stacked team, and
would you? If you're
Belichick's
the Eagles,
just like, Kelsey, you're never doing a podcast again. I hope you enjoyed it, but now it's done. Travis is dead to you.
Man,
that's it.
I feel like Vrabel would be a better fit for the Eagles than Belichick, though.
Vrabel would be so much fun on the
He
Eagles.
feels like an Eagle, even though he's never
like,
been one.
I think Philadelphia would love him.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
anyway.
it's a
but that's
grouchy
not
rock.
That's a lot of maybe what ifs. Like, if the Eagles win this week, then he's probably set.
We'll see. But we do have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if there's why are linebackers head coaches? It's because they get, captains on defense, guys who have to call and understand the whole defense. So they're kind of like predisposed to have that sort of like approach to the game, maybe. Like they're a lot of times quarterbacks of the defense, right? So,
well, I find that linebackers coaches make really good head coaches. So for example, Joe Barry was the Rams linebackers coach and is now the current DC of the Green Bay Packers, who are now a playoff team.
But was he a linebacker? Was he a linebacker? Joe
no,
Barry?
He wasn't a linebacker.
See, then that's the problem.
No. He would make a great head coaching candidate. So folks, if you're out there, you got the ear of any organization that is looking for a head coach. I know there's a few of you. Joe Barry would be a phenomenal head coach for you. So please, spread the word. Go out and get him.
Joe Barry, you are a Las Vegas Raider, my friend.
There you go. We'll take Antonio Pierce, because just like we took Rich Pisaccia, we'll take him and it'll be great. Yeah. It will be great. Dude, but that's how it is in Philly, and that's not a knock on Philly. We talk about Philly media, Philly fan base, talk about New York media, New York fan base. Like, they're at a point where they will love you, like they will love Jason Kelsey forever. But when it comes to like certain things and they start seeing like weaknesses and stuff like that, they're like, nope, gone. Like, they will be one of the most vocal fan bases ever. They're like, we don't care if you don't like us. We don't care if anything. I respect it. But yeah, I mean, like, it is a tough gig to have.
Yeah. I think, like, to me, Eagles, all fans are passionate. Eagles fans, you're not, my fear with Eagles fans is, something's going wrong. You see fans send nasty DMs. I feel like Eagles fans, you fear you're going to open your door and they're just outside waiting for you. You're like, oh God, they're that serious.
And they're not menacing. They're just like, just wanted to see what the game plan was for Sunday. So.
Yeah. Don't fuck up, coach. Just vague threats.
Yeah.
But it's in person, so it's real.
They just knock at the door. They pull an airplane. I just want to let you all know we're all counting on you.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, my God. Desmond Ridder wouldn't even... Yeah, never. I don't even know if he would see the bench. As long as there is not any player resembling Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi on whatever team Belichick goes to coach next, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because I think he would commit a blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
He would just be like, nope, on site. And Desmond Ridder doesn't even look like him, but I think he might anyway. He could.
For Bill, it's like...
I don't think so. Oh, they lose to Pittsburgh.
McDermott out.
I don't think so because they made that miraculous comeback. I mean, like for them to get into the postseason was insane. They got the 2 seed. I think he's safe for another year.
Yeah, and just as like the organization, if the Bills remove Sean McDermott, then you're worried about terrorist threats, right? Talk about Eagles fans scaring you. McDermott,
Just Sean McDermott giving you the worst hype speech ever, using national tragedies, just knocking on the door. You're like, Sean McDermott.
Yeah, this is my friends, the terrorists, here to avenge me.
Oh, dude, give me a Belichick Saban podcast. It will be out before 4:30 in the
I
afternoon.
think I was first on that one too on Twitter. Go timestamp that shit. Got Barstool ripping my tweets now.
Didn't say S on that one.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're looking very nice today, by the way. You're like, you decided to put a button down. Now you're going away. I don't know what you're doing now, but I thought it was actual buttons.
They pop. It is.
Yeah. Oh, no. I meant like actual, like, you put them in through the slot,
No, these are rivets.
Yeah, no, I did that to a shirt for a video. I actually really like that shirt. It's
Rip the
gone
buttons
now.
off.
Yeah, because I just did that.
Yeah, it's the cool
Good shirt.
move. It's the cool guy
Oh,
move.
shirt. You want to get into power rankings?
Sure, because we didn't Wednesday.
Yeah, we didn't do it on Wednesday, so.
You know what I want to get into before power rankings, don't you?
Oh, no, what? I see you're opening up the internet.
There we
It's
go.
not a good
Internet.
sign.
There we go. Internet.
Okay, that's never a good call. Yeah, we're going to do power rankings. We'll look through this. You cursed the Green Bay Packers. It's fine. Everything's fine. But you made
Yeah,
less
but I'm
than...
rooting. I'm rooting for you.
No, you just said you were rooting for the curse.
Well, that's before I realized the ramifications.
I haven't yet, Daniel, but I'm glad you brought that up because Aaron Jones was asked interview with Matt Schneidman talking about house money. And he said, baby, we all in. And also, I want Aaron Jones to remain on the Green Bay Packers forever and ever and ever and ever. Just, did you see that? I tweeted it out yesterday, and I know you have to read all of my tweets because if you don't, I will be personally offended.
Yeah.
But there was like a huge paragraph about Aaron Jones yesterday and an interview, like a quote that didn't make the cut. And so he basically said that people go, oh, you're so down to earth. And he's like, okay, this is what I tell people. Should have started my answer with this. He says, I'm literally no different from you or anybody else. My job is highly publicized, no different from doctor, lawyers, teachers, but our job is just to put on TV every Sunday. And basically he said if he walks into janitorial staff, of course he's going to talk to them because they're just people. And like, he's just like a very down to earth guy and he loves the Packers. And it's just like, dude, like that's the kind of guy you want as a leader on your team. And it's just so wholesome.
Yeah.
Cool dude. I like him.
I personally like to not talk to people, so I can't relate.
I get that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not going to lie. Like that's kind of an amazing giveaway.
Yeah.
I can't eat. You know what? Like I gotta give him props for that one.
Our friends over at Underdog Fantasy, I'm still waiting for their lineups to be set for the pick'ems this week. But right now, first of all, if you're going to sign up, use our code GPS. We got a link in the description. If you like to play fantasy, you can play some fantasy this week for the playoffs. There's a whole bunch of different games. And of course, your pick'ems, taking higher or lower on stat totals or fantasy totals. But right now, I retweeted this. They're giving out 100 Peacock subscriptions. What's that?
It's amazing.
100 Peacock subscriptions to enter. You just got to follow them, repost this, and reply with Underdog Fantasy and your Underdog username. I'm going to heart it. So if you follow me on Twitter, it should be right at the top of my likes there. Or just go to Underdog, follow them. They're always posting different promos and, different things there. But this is hilarious. Like, so many people are giving out Peacock subscriptions. And because a lot of people don't have it. And again, it's hilarious because it's a Chiefs game. And any Chiefs fan who doesn't live in the Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas area, you're going to have to pay for Peacock to get your game. And it's going to be like negative 100 degrees.
Negative
So,
30 with the wind chill, dude. Like, it is bad.
and I saw Tua said he will not be wearing gloves in this game. So we'll see how that goes. Tyreek Hill revenge game. But if you want to get in on that action and you want a free Peacock subscription or a chance at it anyway, our friends Underdog Fantasy sponsoring today's show, just use our code GPS. And maybe the P stands for Peacock. See what I did there?
So
That
I'm
one actually
doing-
worked.
Oh my God, I would love for my co-host to be a peacock. That'd be awesome.
A talking peacock?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Are you kidding me? Like, I would jump to the top of like every, like, sorry, Brandon, but it's a talking peacock.
I'm replaced by a bird. That would be my worst
Honestly,
nightmare.
that would be your worst nightmare.
Yeah, worst nightmare.
Very true. And I respect Philly fans every day after that. Literally bullying their team a few years ago to run the football.
Yeah.
And it was just like art. I will say real quick, because I talked about this on my members Q&A that I did on, what's today? Wednesday? Sounds good. Wednesday. I was sitting there and we were looking at the forecast for the Chiefs game. And I go, listen, I like the cold. I do. Like, I prefer it. Like, it's just very like a soothing thing. I like keeping the windows open to crack. So like I feel a cold breeze at night, like all that great stuff. This is when it's negative 30 with the wind chill and you're saying I have to go out there in pads and get hit by like a 255-pound man full speed. That's when I go, no, I'm good. Like, we go how wide receiver one is. No. That's,
dude,
that's a big old no.
Hits in the cold hurt so much more too. That ground is really hard.
Dude, the ball hurts. I've played football in the cold, like tackle football in the cold, and like nothing like this, and not at the level like you're talking about against like high schoolers, right?
Yeah, it was.
But no,
it was like 15 degrees here last night, and Jess and Carmen and I went out to dinner, and just the walk from the parking lot to the restaurant, it's like, oh God, this. I was thinking about the guys playing. I was like, man, that's gonna suck. Playing in that. And then Buffalo also supposed to be pretty cold and windy. Very windy in Buffalo.
At least during the day, but yeah, it's supposed to be cold there as well.
And normally I would say like this cold, this freezing cold would be an advantage for the Dolphins. Like maybe that's how you slow down the Chiefs like high-powered offense a little bit. But like their offense ain't high-powered. And I think they're learning like their success to win in the postseason is just give Isaiah Pacheco a ton of carries. Let your very good defense keep you in the game. And if anything, I think it's just one more disadvantage for the already disadvantaged Dolphins.
I think, yeah, it's funny you bring up Pacheco because you don't want to tackle him on a sunny day.
No.
Now it's negative 30 with the wind chill, and he is running. Well,
maybe the cold slows down his seizures he has when he's running the football, though.
I don't know, man. Like he runs like an angry gerbil every time. Like
he looks like somebody who never learned to run. Who plays running?
I love the memes about it. Like because again, ever since I saw him in that preseason game against the Packers, I was like, damn, who is this guy? Like he is running insanely hard. I would not want to get hit by that. Yeah, it's just the way he like picks up speed too. He's just like,
yeah. If he wasn't a Chief, I would love it. But since he's a Chief, you look like a fucking idiot when you run, Isaiah. Only because you're a Chief. Other than that, I respect the unique style.
So this is an interesting question. I don't think the Chiefs would ever fire Andy Reid. I don't think that's ever happening. Like, legitimately, I do not think that the Chiefs will ever fire Andy Reid. I think this is done when Andy Reid says it's done.
Yeah.
With the rumors floating around out there, they've been there for a little bit. If they lose to the Dolphins, or even if they wind up losing before making it to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised. I think if they win another one, he's definitely gone. But I don't think a loss has much to do with it. It's just about like how long Andy wants. I just don't want to do it no more.
It's age. How old is Andy?
That's my
he's
QB,
been coaching
baby.
so long.
That's my QB MVP. Let's go, baby.
Andy Reid is 65. So,
amazing.
You can look at it one way. 65. Oh, he's got 7 years left at least if he wants to get to Pete Carroll age. But yeah, you're right. Like, we thought if the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year, which they did, that there was a chance Andy would call it quits, and he didn't. He wants to come back. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think a loss would make him want to come back even more because this season was so kind of weird, and I think he would have something to prove in that, like, look, we just need to upgrade one position group. We know what that position group is. We're going to go out, we're going to get a free agent, and we're going to probably draft another receiver, and Patrick Mahomes and our offense is going to look good again next year. I am still the godfather of play calling. Don't you forget it.
If I was to guess, and this is based off, like, just pure speculation, obviously, I think within the next 3 years, he's done.
Possibly, yeah.
I think there's a good shot. Because,
Sure.
I mean, like, he has done
65.
everything that you could have wanted, like, in this profession. And, of course, like, it could be, like, a Pete Carroll situation or Bill Belichick. Like, he just wants to keep coaching, and that's all cool. It's just, like, this stuff was out there last year, where, like, he was contemplating after the Super Bowl, like, I don't know. And he's like, I'm coming
so
back.
was Sean McVay, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Half his age. Like, I've had enough of this shit.
Hmm.
We didn't
Right
even
now,
like.
not even Mahomes.
Yeah, I know it was a story last year, but like Andy Reid taking another Super Bowl away from the Eagles, like that's one of those revenge angles. Had the Eagles not got that Super Bowl win against the Patriots, you know what I mean?
Oh, that would have been so much.
It would have been huge. Like, oh, he was our coach for so long, kept losing in the NFC Championship games. Then we got to the Super Bowl, we lose to the Patriots, and then he coaches the Chiefs and beats us in the Super Bowl. And we've got a lot of revenge angles this weekend, but
I mean,
they are holding the office hostage. They're bastards.
I just got it because of the WWE network. Like, it was $10, and then it went to Peacock, and it was $10. I was like, okay, so it was the same price.
Oh, what do you get? How do you get to watch it in Canada? Is it just broadcast there for you? Or maybe you
hear the sounds amongst the cold winter wind. It's true.
What part of Canada?
Listen, so here's where, because the tickets are like super cheap for this. Like, it's the Tyreek Hill revenge game. It's a playoff game, and tickets are like $60. Which, because they're like, no one wants to sit in that. Nobody. But Arrowhead will still be rocking. And
dude, this sucks being at a football game that's really cold. It's not fun.
There was like 3 games that I'm thinking of at the top of my head, but the one that I'm thinking about, the Packers-Giants wild card game where they got the Hail Mary to Cobb. I was there, and I made a really dumb mistake because I was so excited because it was right before halftime. They got the Hail Mary, and everyone was going nuts. And I was like, you know what? And I'm running on like literally no sleep. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go grab a beer. Let's do it. I drank it, and it hurt. Like, going down, it was so effing cold.
Yeah.
Like, I felt it go all the way down. I was like, don't like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
What if somebody gets frostbite in that game? That'd be interesting.
Interesting? I don't know if that's the word, Brandon.
What if Patrick Mahomes gets frostbite? That would be very bad. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Patrick Mahomes to get. I'm saying, Tom, I do not want Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce, God forbid, to get frostbite.
Now you're putting Travis Kelce in there too.
Yeah.
It's not easy being blue.
Especially when it's all my fingers. But if the wind chill's -30, that's a real possibility if you don't got gloves on. Tua. Hey, Tua, if you can't feel your fingers, put on some gloves, bro.
Yeah, Rachel bought a jacket and everything that was heated, and then she's like, nope. That's
dude, Rachel, it's like, you want to go there, but 3.5 hours. Oh, God.
Ooh, there you go. Twist. Now, look what you did, Brandon. You just talk about frostbite, and now Twisted's talking about frostbite.
Look at that.
Okay, listen. You need to get like those the hand warmers, throw them in your boots, throw them in your hands, and swap out like every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cold.
That was like when you grew up playing football. It was like I'm sure everybody had the coach that told you this, But it's like, if your hands get cold during the game, just put them down the front of your pants. That's the warmest part of your body. You need to warm up your hands, just put them down the front of your pants. Everybody had that coach, right?
Yeah, honestly, we did.
Yeah.
I did. And I was like, Coach, I don't wanna.
Put them down your pants.
It's true. It is true.
And then they'd be like, but don't be playing with yourself down there.
Not too long.
Yeah.
Not too long. The Lord is watching.
I didn't curse the Rams.
When you spun it again.
Oh, come on, guys.
Come on, guys. You did it. And you're like, guys, come on. Don't
Curses
listen
aren't
to
real,
what I
guys.
say or
This is
watch what I
ridiculous.
do or hold it against me.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, he said yesterday he's not retiring anytime soon? All right, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Then I'm wrong. Then I'm completely wrong.
But what's soon to a 65-year-old man?
Soon and very soon. All right. Let's go to power
rankings.
Really? Oh, would they actually move it? That'd be pretty crazy.
I thought that was not true. I thought that
Because
got
Ford
moved.
Field can't use that one. That's going to be busy.
Let's see here. Bills game.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't think that was
see.
true. I thought that was I thought I saw the NFL said no,
Always.
we will not move this game.
Always.
Honestly, like I think a stadium could be on fire and the NFL be like, nope, we're still playing there.
Ooh. Ooh.
All the quarterback, probably Jalen Hurts. I feel like Jalen Hurts would win.
Lamar could do pretty well too. Jalen's a good.
Nobody could catch him. Lamar just keeps running.
He's
in
just running
circles.
around in circles. But then
So-
again, if you're having all 32, you know what? Sleeper pick Gardner Minshew because he always looks like a wrestling superstar anyway. So done.
Give me the guy who
Hulkamaniacs.
squats 700 pounds. I know who would go down first. Patrick Mahomes, probably. Two would be Tua, one shot to the head, concussed. He's out.
Come on, man.
Mason Rudolph, he's a survivor.
Pass this narrative.
He's a survivor. Mason Rudolph, like he's been weaponized in his head before.
Miles Garrett is waiting outside the ring with a chair. And he's
think-
like, I'm not getting thrown over.
Rudolph
They
could
know.
go for a while. Allen would hang in there. I think it's Jalen Hurts.
That's a good
Maybe
pick.
Will Levis. He's pretty buff. You know, he's
Yeah.
got the muscles.
Yeah.
Can we throw Taysom Hill in the mix?
Oh, you're going? Let's go.
Oh,
go.
let us know. Let us know how it is.
Dude, it's going to be miserable. All right, let's look at these bad boys. Come on.
It's
All right.
actually, we're pretty similar, Tom. We're pretty
Put
similar.
Dallas at 1?
Yeah. Because I don't have there's no Ravens or Niners in mine.
Why are the Browns down at 6?
Because I think Joe Flacco's miracle run is a miracle.
I really thought this was going to be a nice week. Like, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of... Okay, let's take a gander here. All
I
right,
think
so
I think all the teams ahead of the Browns are better than them. That's why. Like that
Okay.
logic?
So you didn't put the 49ers and Ravens on
Yeah,
here
they don't
because
play. We get no immediate results
They're in
of
the
whether or not.
playoffs, though.
My power rankings are more accurate than yours. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Oh,
TSN will do it.
TSN. There you go.
There you go.
go.
There you go. So, all right.
yeah.
Let's see how different this is. So, Dallas, you have at 1. So, they would be down at 3 on my list, and they're at 4. So, it's not the worst.
No.
Buffalo, right below them. So, that makes sense. Rams are relatively close. Yeah, I can understand why you're
So
putting Rams.
technically, you would have the Browns as number 1 on my list.
Well, I'm not insane, so I
Which,
don't.
no, 3 is insane.
Why is that insane? They have like the best defense in the NFL. Their offense has been playing
No,
really
they
well.
don't. They're about to get lit up by CJ Stroud.
I think there's a decent chance they wind up losing. There's only
But
one.
no,
ice
I'm
bowl
just
win.
kidding. I think I think all these teams are good.
But we do agree the Steelers and then the Eagles.
Yeah, I just I am so off the Eagles right now. You
Yeah,
got
I
them
get
ahead.
you, dude.
You put the Eagles ahead of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because if TJ Watt was there, maybe it's different.
Yeah,
but no
that's so
TJ
tough.
Watt. I'm like, no. The Buccaneers, I only put them.
You both have them at 10, essentially.
Wait a minute. No, I think you put this wrong. I had the Packers. I thought I had them at 12.
Oh,
I had the
don't know.
Buccaneers ahead of them because the Buccaneers beat them. I thought that was fair.
Okay, I fucked up.
The Dolphins are around low because they have like 19 starters out. Yeah, it's not terribly different, which is scary. That's terrifying. The Cowboys at 1. Oh God, don't show it's a scooter.
That though, maybe you know
Okay.
the number 1 spot's been a curse as well, Tom. So maybe I helped you out.
No, because you spun the wheel, Brandon. Okay.
What if the Packers win, but Jordan Love can't play for the rest of the postseason?
Why would you even say that?
I'm just saying.
Why
What would you rather just
even
lose, or do you want the
that
win,
out
but Jordan Love
into
can't
the
play?
Universe, Brandon.
I'm just giving you worst case scenarios.
Why? Why would
So
you do
you
that?
can prepare mentally. That's how I do it. It's like, what
for
are the 10 worst things that could happen in this game? Let me accept them mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That way they can't hurt me.
Brandon, I already was stress-free heading into this game.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Why?
Because once the kick is off,
I want my team to
everything's on the
win.
line. Yes.
100%. I want my team to win. But I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Fire everybody. Just fire one person if we lose. So that's
No, you guys are in a good spot moving forward.
Yeah.
But we all know once that game starts, you're not thinking about the future.
No,
that's what
I'm
I love
thinking about
football.
60 minutes,
Sports.
baby.
It's like now. Even when I was watching that last game with the Broncos and I wanted them to lose,
Yeah.
every offensive drive that
You're
started
hoping
to
they
get a little
score.
momentum, I'm like, yes.
I agree. Like Erie Bros represent.
Yeah.
Like Erie Bros.
I want Bills and Lions to get to the Super Bowl, and I want to feel bad that one team won't win, but I want to know one of those droughts will end.
Ski gear. Let's go.
Yeah.
You gotta. I also love your profile picture too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not too far off.
Here's the shitty thing for the Bills. Like, they're playing at home. They're playing at home, and I think they're in the AFC, they're the most dangerous team heading into the playoffs because they have not played a great game yet. And they're still at the 2 seed. And when Josh Allen and the offense is cooking, they're very, very good. And they've had a good defense pretty much all year. I think they're dangerous.
Wow.
But the one team that can go into Buffalo in the terrible weather conditions, I feel like is the Steelers. Like,
the Steelers could mess around.
Their strength is running the ball. And if the weather dictates that they need to just run the ball, they're going to do it. And we watched the wind game a couple years ago where Bill Belichick said Mac Jones is going to throw it 3 times today, no more. And the Patriots walked out of there with a win. Like, I wish the weather was going to be a little bit better. And normally you'd say that works in Buffalo's favor, but not for playing the Steelers.
Not for Steelers, no.
Not for
They'll
the
play
Steelers.
smash mouth football. So that's breaking news, actually. So the Commanders just got their GM. So
Adam Peters.
Yeah, I like that signing a lot. That's
every time like
good.
a Niners personnel person goes somewhere, they're good. So
he's an assistant GM. I mean, because 49ers are a well-run organization. I hate it.
Yeah, they got John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan.
Damn, that's nice. Yes, that's what I tell everybody who goes to Lambeau. Stand on cardboard. Yep, wear boots. Put the hand warmers in your shoes. Stand on cardboard because when you're on the concrete,
sucks the heat out, huh? Yeah, that was when the cold Broncos Patriots game. My feet were just like frozen.
Yep.
Like I needed to game plan for this.
Hey, go back, go! Faith in the
Annoy
kitty.
them boys.
Let's go.
We
Let's
them
go.
boys. We them boys.
Let's go. Oh, and I got
We
you.
them boys.
I got something for you. Hold on. All right,
How easily we forget. John even says,
A thank you to John Elway, or John Elway.
Sorry, had to sneak it in for you.
You stole it from me.
You can do another.
Oh, wow. Is that a pancreas?
Has to be a pancreas. Go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go! Let's go.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm just saying, if the Packers lose, even though it's house money and all that great stuff, the wheel is getting burnt. It's done. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. What are you laughing about? I literally have. I could get it burnt today.
Nobody's gonna burn this wheel. You try to burn the wheel, you're the one who gets burned.
Well, then you better. Well, Jess is the one who put up the lighter to it, so
It'll transfer from her to you.
what is it? No, that's not what you just said.
It's just like herpes.
And that's a what?
Mhm.
That's a hereditary thing. Did you ever see that movie? Great movie. I love that movie.
Look at this guy. Okay.
It's looking good, bud. You just cursed the entire NFL.
Suck it, NFL folds.
Yeah, it's just like, guys, we're canceling it. We're done now. We are done.
You know what? Tape? This
Bone
tape is
socket
bullshit. That's what this is. Duct tape and Flex Seal can't hold the curse wheel together.
I really think what you should do is like never get a new curse wheel. You just have to prop it up every season. Like just tape it.
Yeah, I don't
glue.
want it. Like, I'm not superstitious, but I'm like, if I get a new curse wheel, it probably won't be as effective.
Yeah, no, 100% it won't be.
So I guess I am superstitious.
You're a little stitious. You're not
I'm like,
superstitious.
yeah, I'm
you're
just a little stitious.
That's it. Just a little bit.
It's okay,
Just a little
Cleveland. If Joe, like, I'm rooting for the Joe Flacco angle. I'm rooting for the Lions. I'm rooting for the Bills.
And
Hell, I would root for a Mason Rudolph Super Bowl victory. Like, I'm all for the weird and unlikely scenarios. Just do not give me another freaking Chiefs, whoever Super Bowl.
So you're saying Packers Steelers Super Bowl?
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. Dude, if you get to watch a Super Bowl,
Dude,
I would be so thrilled.
Do you
Like that's a dream.
The
A
amount
dream
of
come true.
tears that would be flowing out of my face, legitimately, like, dude, like it would be pinnacle. Like, pinnacle. They'd have to win, but still,
Well, yeah.
Because if they lost after all, I'd be like, but I did not hear that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I did not hear that.
No, you'd be nice.
GPSPM subscription fee. Perna, you want to pull up the games? Let's break down some games.
Sure.
We'll break it down.
Let me see. Is there? Well, hold on.
You tell me. Maybe. I bring him out.
Here we go. Let me get this. Let me get that.
Hey, the guy that we got instead of Brian Branch scored a touchdown on Brian Branch last time we played on Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
And that man is Jaden Reed, so let's get it. Perna, you got a fitty!
I am the Sudoku of power rankings. I am the Jason Sudoku of power rankings.
You are the Count Dooku.
All right, here we go.
Power rankings. I agree with that statement. It's true. All right, Perna, you know what? Since you picked a clip for me, I got you.
Give me a clip. Thank you, Donnie. I'm glad I exercised your brain. I am the Tony Horton of brain exercises.
I'm trying to find one we haven't used in a while. We need to really... I know we said this last season and we just never did it. But we do need to clean these out and get some new ones in here. No. You know what?
You smell like you about to get pregnant again. Is what you smell like.
You always got to go
you
there.
Keep getting all up close to me like that.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
telling you know how I work. Man. You know what I mean?
Stop,
y'all keep playing with me. I'm telling y'all, y'all need to get that RNC break, fellas. Get the RNC fragrance. I'm telling y'all, it's.
I forgot that was that a plug for her or his cologne? It was somebody's cologne perfume.
I forgot that existed. And now
Yeah, we remember. That's how my season started.
I was reminded, and I'm not the happiest that I was reminded of.
That's how my season started.
Okay.
Okay, so just a second ago, I said I thought the Texans were going to win, but look, I took the Browns here. I'm so inconsistent.
Yeah. What? Yes, he will. He'll be here on Sunday. Okay. So. No, see, look what you did, Perna. Now they're listed out. All the players. No, nobody.
Yeah, I don't want any of those guys to get frostbite. I just want to be 100% clear. I especially don't want them to get frostbite on their penis.
I knew.
I really don't want.
I knew
penile frostbite.
You see, I don't know if it's because we did 5 shows this week or we've just been doing this together for so long Then it's like he's gonna say frostbite on the penis, and there it is. Yep, frostbite on the penis right there. Yep.
It would finally replace the mono Sam Darnold meme. Unlikely to return, frostbite on penis. I don't want it, but I do want to see that graphic. Possible. Let's just have possible penis frostbite. That way they didn't actually get it, but we thought they might have.
So this is why I almost actually picked the Texans, because I do wonder, like, with CJ Stroud didn't play him the last time. You know, I just think that, like, there's a good shot, you know, playing on the road that maybe the Texans are able to get one.
Well, I think the Browns defense was so good for like the first half of the season that we continue to give them credit for being that good, and they suffered injuries. I think Denzel Ward is returning to practice, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to go yet. Still good defense, still very good defense, but you know, the reason they started to turn it around is they started getting something from their offense. Like, and Flacco's not even perfect, but he's throwing a lot of yards and he's throwing some touchdowns, and they're getting nothing from their offense with Watson, with PJ Walker, with DTR, but they're finding ways to win. And now you're hopeful, not necessarily just because of the Browns defense, but because what you've seen Joe Flacco do with that offense. They still had, I think, 2,000 rushing yards this season, the Browns. And we all know, like, Flacco, playoff time, he's somehow at his best. And if that continues, dangerous. But that, to me, this is one of the most interesting games of the weekend in terms of us seeing how good the Texans are right now versus, like, how good the Browns can be. Like, if the Browns win, then they're, to me, like, oh, shit, watch out. And
I'm
Houston...
not gonna... Dude, I want to see a Ravens-Browns divisional round so bad, though. I do. Like,
God, yeah.
That will be... I'll have no idea who's going to win, because if it's AFC North teams, logic just goes out the window. It's gone. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a 6-2 game, right? It is going to be ugly, but it's going to be a slobber
Joe
knocker.
Flacco would throw 4 touchdowns in that game, but they would all be called back. So your 6-2 could work.
Refs. Still refs.
Yeah. And then also, like, CJ Stroud, I don't know if the Texans are good enough to get there, but, like, and he could be the first rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl, if you want to go that angle. Like, CJ Stroud, I'm more confident about CJ Stroud playing well than Tua, than definitely Mason Rudolph, Jared Goff. Like, he's got ice in his veins. You know what I mean?
I agree. With your CJ Stroud thing, Yankees fans, all I'm going to say is good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's it. There's no Jared Cook, no Mason Crosby, there's no Aaron Rodgers. So if the Cowboys lose, with all of those things being true,
it's going to be rough.
Okay, we're the 7th seed. Let's build. You lose.
All right. Chiefs, Dolphins. Let's talk about that game.
Yeah, so I did pick the Browns, but I did feel very uneasy about it. Chiefs, Dolphins. I picked the Chiefs to win. The Dolphins are just so beat up right now. You know, I know Mostert, I think, was limited in practice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And
Achan's back. Mostert, we'll see. But that's how the Dolphins win. I think you're alluding to
utilize them.
They need like a 180-yard game between Mostert and Achan and a couple touchdowns there. And, you know, it's crazy. Like, I would like it to be Tyreek Hill that goes off and beats the Chiefs. But I think Dolphins got to run the ball well.
They have to. If they can't run the ball, then I think they might be in trouble, especially with the weather too. And like you mentioned, Isaiah Pacheco, dude, it's just Raheem Mostert's great. Don't get me wrong. Achan's great. Don't get me wrong. But like Pacheco seems like the guy who's built for smash mouth cold weather football.
Yeah.
And it's just like going to be wearing down that defense bit by bit by bit. I don't know, Brandon. Who do you think?
But the other thing, and it's really the Dolphins defense that's plagued with injuries right now. But Fangio knows how to coach against Patrick Mahomes. So even when the Broncos weren't beating them, our defense was keeping us in games. We just couldn't do anything. So,
Perna, you got a hundo.
Oh my God. Do
That's
you
a lot
know
of
how many
taco.
tacos I can buy with that?
Amount of tacos.
Okay, Lord Taco. What are we going to do?
Tacos.
Poser.
USA.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
USA.
Thank you, Lord Taco.
Let's go.
You are my Lord. I bow down to you and I pray to you, Lord Taco. If there is a God, I believe it is a taco. So we're on the same page, buddy. I think tacos are the best food. I'm just going to say it right now. I think they're the best food. All right. So we both think the Chiefs will win.
Yeah. Bills. I have the Bills winning. I don't think it's going to be a pretty game.
No.
I think it's going to be kind of an ugly game against the Steelers.
Blizzard could be a little bit of an equalizer.
But like, again, no TJ Watt, I think really kind of neutralizes the Steelers a bit. So yeah. It makes it less interesting. Like if TJ Watt's playing, I was like, ooh, maybe they got a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe they got a shot.
The Steelers defense is still good. They're well coached, solid unit, but
I don't think so.
I feel like TJ Watt is the most important player to his defense other than, say, Micah Parsons to the Cowboys defense in terms of like how good they are, like channels to the whole thing. You can make that argument for Myles Garrett, but like TJ Watt for them he's the most important player on their team, and he's got a sprained MCL. So
I mean, listen, the Steelers could pull one out, because like it's Mike Tomlin, like they're super experienced in the playoffs, what have you. But this also could be another scenario where the Steelers, they sneak into the playoffs and get blasted out of the wild card round, because we've seen that happen.
I think the important player in this game is James Cook.
Yes.
He had a great game against the Cowboys, right? That was a big reason Buffalo beat Dallas. Yeah, I do not want penis frostbite. Oh, you're demanding it. No, guys, we got to be anti-penis frostbite. I will not be canceled because I was a pro-penis frostbite guy. Okay? Not be canceled because of that. Anti-penis frostbite, just to be clear. But okay, so James Cook, great against the Cowboys. And then was a week later, he had a fumble, a crucial fumble. And then a week later, he drops that easy touchdown pass.
Yeah.
And we put all the mistakes on Josh Allen. And don't get me wrong, they are there. The bad interceptions in the red zone, it's like 2 straight seasons. It's like it's always in the red zone. But James Cook has to have a game for Buffalo to win that game.
Yeah. I get you. Well, it's again, are they going to use him in the passing game, or are they going to use him like on the ground?
Because he's got to run. He can't fumble. And if they throw him the ball, you better fucking catch it, James.
The biggest upset is both 1 seeds get eliminated next week.
Oh, I think that's true. I think that's more true for the NFC.
Yes, I'm not going to lie. And listen, you shouldn't be surprised. I want to see the 49ers eliminated.
In the what?
I want to see the 49ers eliminated. Because, like, I just think it makes it a lot more interesting because the 49ers have been far and away the best team in the NFC this year.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to get to the big game for a while.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, no, the 49ers and I, they're very nice to me during 30 and 30. It was very nice. But no, I want it. Dude, here's would be the greatest postseason of my life. Not anybody else's. My life. The Green Bay Packers defeat the Dallas Cowboys, of course, on Sunday.
Oh, my God. You could have a full-on vengeance tour, can't you?
They then are able to defeat the San Francisco 49ers, finally breaking the curse. And then, because I'm going to say the Lions win, and then NFC Championship game, Ford Field, defeat the Detroit Lions and crush them, go to the Super Bowl, and then from there,
beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl again.
We could beat the Steelers again. If it's Packers Bills, it's literally the Packers of the AFC versus the Packers of the NFC. So we could see which one is going to have a tougher loss, right?
Yeah.
Ravens could be interesting. Chiefs Super Bowl 1 could beat them again.
I'll take the Chiefs. If you guys handed the Chiefs an L in the Super Bowl, your vengeance tour would end with a little bit of something for me, you know?
Why? You don't believe in us? You don't
Yes,
get
I
nice
do.
things.
For vengeance.
It literally says Cowboys right there, and you curse the Packers.
I believe in your future.
I'm just saying, Guillermo. I'm just saying.
I believe in your future.
Pierce is interviewing. That's what I'm saying.
What's a bigger revenge game though? The Packers beating Mike McCarthy or the Lions beating Matthew Stafford?
Lions being Matthew Stafford, because we've done it already. We've beaten Mike McCarthy every time we played him.
Playoffs though?
I mean, listen, I think at the end of the day, the funniest outcome would be beating the Cowboys this weekend. It'd be hysterical.
Yeah.
The most oh my God, we did it would be beating the 49ers.
Yeah.
Let's go. So just saying. All right, let's talk about those NFC games. Do you have any hope for the Cowboys-Packers game? That the Packers...
Oh, yeah, I have hope. I think Dallas is going to win. I think Dallas is a very good football team. I think Dak Prescott's playing incredible. He's played very well all season. I made a case for him. He should be considered MVP right now, and he's just not. And he's not because as soon as we started to talk about him as MVP, the Cowboys tanked. They got their ass kicked, right? But after that, he's good. He's been good again.
Let's go.
But they're the Cowboys.
They're the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean,
they're the Chargers who can get to the postseason. To me, the Chargers who can get to the postseason. Just bet on them not doing it. So we'll see.
I'm sorry, 2, James, 2. Try 4, bro. Try 4. You got the Colin Kaepernick divisional game when they ran all over us. You got the wild card game the following season where they went into Green Bay and they beat us, and Colin Kaepernick went freaking short sleeves in Lambeau Winter. Then, of course, you had the 2019 NFC Championship game, and then you had the 2021 divisional round. It's 4. It's 4. 4. Bring the Mayo together. Anyway, yes. So, that's the way I'm looking at this game, too. Hopefully, Jair is okay to go because he had a freak accident in practice the other day. He, stepped on a teammate stepped on, or he stepped on a teammate, rolled his ankle. Hopefully, he's good. But CeeDee Lamb's going to be an issue. CeeDee Lamb is a monster. Yeah, his team is going to be tough to beat. And, and the Cowboys on paper should win. Yeah. It's just you have a young team. I think you're going to have to utilize Aaron Jones on the ground a lot and try to do what the Bills did and run it down their throats, and just reduce the amount of times that the offense is getting the ball, for the Cowboys, and then you have a shot.
It's just about is the Packers defense, is it the one we've seen the last couple of weeks where they played a lot better? Or are they the defense that have given you nightmares all season?
Mm-hmm. But guess what? We still there, baby. I
don't think they're the most fraudulent 7th season in NFL history.
We're not. It's just haters, but I don't care. Still heard of us, baby. We still in the playoffs.
Your quarterback's playing out of his mind. So that's why I think Packers are legit and have a chance.
The NFC West hurts me in ways that I cannot comprehend.
Yeah. Fitzgerald.
I will keep dreaming. I will.
All right.
Beautiful.
Well, let's go Bucks Eagles. I picked the Bucks here.
I don't know. Eagles.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. I did pick the Eagles. I think they could do enough to win that game.
Yeah. I want Baker Mayfield to get a playoff win. I just do. So go get him, Baker.
Here's the thing, Brandon. If the Eagles wound up playing the Cowboys in the divisional round, talking about that yesterday, and somehow, some way, if
they win,
if the Cowboys win, dude, the salt. Now, here's the thing. For the Cowboys, we're not talking about this from I know, I'm sorry to go back to the Cowboys for a second. They could also exercise a lot of demons because they could beat the Packers in the playoffs. They could potentially beat the Eagles in the playoffs. And then they could go, and if they could beat the 49ers, dude, it's the greatest run ever. It is the revenge story. Oh, there you go. Got that all-pro list.
There you go. And then Lions-Rams. Woo!
This game is the second hardest game to try and predict, in my opinion, this week.
Because this bracket I made is for what I want. I want a Bills-Lions Super Bowl. I want the Lions to win. They've got a good chance to win. I just think the Rams are going to. I think the Rams are going to win. But let's just continue with this. Is the exercising your demons entire playoff series.
Yeah.
Lions beat the Rams. They beat their ex-QB. They beat Sean McVay in the playoffs. If they can stop Kyron Williams, they can slow down Puka and Kupp. Like, they can hang with anybody. They're a team that can already do it, but I think just the confidence you get from beating a team like the Rams could catapult them to at least the championship game. So I will be rooting for the Lions to win. It just feels like the Rams are as hot as you can be
right now
in terms of getting the wins. The run game's working. Their defense is solid. They're well coached. Like, Sean McVay is always prepared. Doesn't have to go against Belichick, the only guy who effed him really good in the playoffs. That was in the Super Bowl. And Jared Goff was his quarterback at that time. So, good God.
Also, dude, like, if that comes true and the Lions play the Cowboys in the divisional round, like, they get that revenge from a few weeks ago. And we already know that the Lions can hang with them.
Yeah.
So I just, like, here's what I want to see. I'll answer this question in a second. But, like, what I want to see is I just want to see interesting matchups.
Yeah.
Like, I just want, and I really feel like these playoffs are going to be really good. I've been saying this now for, like, a month and a half. I just, like, I don't want it to be predictable. I don't want it to be like, oh, it's the 49ers and Ravens again. And then, you know, that Super Bowl being the outcome we're kind of all expecting. Like, I would like to see some different teams in there that we haven't seen because there's a bunch of new playoff teams now.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. In AFC, the Bills would be fun. I'd like to see the Bills, Texans, even the Browns at this point. You know, I'd be cool with that from the opposite conference. But Bills probably be number one. Their fan base deserves it. Perna, who do you want from the NFC?
I think Miami guaranteed to win right now. Anytime you post streaks, the Dolphins can't win in cold games. They'll never win in a cold game. Dolphins confirmed they're about to win a cold game. What was the question? Who do I want from the NFC?
Yeah, probably the Lions, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. This is right here. This is exactly who I want.
Dude, if the Lions made it to the Super Bowl, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a difficult road, but that'd be pretty damn crazy. All I'm saying.
Go Lions.
Yeah, no, listen, if the Buccaneers beat the Eagles, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised.
No.
Nobody's going to be surprised. The biggest shockers that could happen this weekend, Dallas loses to the Packers. Maybe the Browns lose to the Texans would be like a bit shocking. I wouldn't be like totally shocked.
Chiefs losing, I feel like would be a shocker.
Losing,
Bills losing.
Bills losing. Yeah, those would be the ones I'd be like, oh man, did not see that coming. Because it could be any team for the Rams or the Lions, you know, Buccaneers, Eagles, same thing. So.
Bills going to Super Bowl.
Woo! All right, Perna, what you got coming out today, buddy?
I don't know. I'm working on a coaching episode. Might be up tomorrow morning, though. Just depends.
Nice.
Did a lot of videos this week, so you and I will be streaming tomorrow evening, Chiefs Dolphins. So make sure you come back to YouTube, especially if you don't get the game. Especially.
That's right, baby. That's right.
What are you got do coming out, Tom? Everything went smoothly for you, right?
So I was up real late editing last night, the North Saga. And then I was editing again this morning before GPS, and I realized that an entire scene is not on my SD card. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it just didn't record. I don't know if it got deleted. So now I need to go and film that scene and then continue to edit. It'll be out before Q&A tonight. I'll premiere probably around like 6:30 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, it's so frustrating. And then I'll be streaming every playoff game again. I think this is like the 4th year in a row I'm doing it. So yeah, it's all good. This is going to be a great episode. This is going to be fantastic.
Was this the hardest weekend for you, basically?
It is the craziest weekend of the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah, draft is close. Like, draft is pretty crazy because it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And I put out a video for every pick and I stream. But yeah, no, wild card is nuts. It was actually worse, though, years ago. It was worse before the 7 seed because then there was 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and I stream all of them, and I do reactions after all of them. So it was just like bam, 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 bam. Now, at least on Monday, it's a little bit easier. It just pushes everything back. So.
What if you do a 30 and 30 for the NFL draft? On draft day, Wherever the player is drafted from, you go to that city before the next draft pick happens.
I think that's physically impossible, Brandon.
Guess you don't believe in time travel.
No, I mean, I would like it. That'd be really cool. That'd be great.
I just gave you a challenge. Figure out how to do it.
Jackson, here's the thing. They go up against certain AFC teams. I think they're near the bottom. They go up in the NFC, though, which is a weaker conference. I mean, they show that they can win those games.
Yeah.
So, but again, this is why the playoffs are awesome, because anybody, and what would be like the number one most shocking one? I think it's the Bills losing. But then there's still a part of me that's like,
no,
God, you know what? If there's a team that does it, it's the Bills. Like,
no loss would surprise me this week.
Hey, let's go, Gabe.
Which is probably the best thing you could say for a wild card weekend.
Yes.
I don't think there's one matchup that is so severely. I mean, maybe the Packers beating the Cowboys would be a big upset for others.
But it would be justified of like, it's the Cowboys. Like, yeah, we got this. It's gonna be tough.
And even the Chiefs, like they should win, but they haven't been the Chiefs this year.
No,
if the Chiefs were the 2 seed right now, and they barely got eked out by the Ravens, and they're scoring a shit ton of points, and their receivers could catch footballs, then I'd be like, yeah, Chiefs beating the reeling injured Dolphins. But
Brandon, I'm telling you, man, if we could just beat the Cowboys, Scooter would never be able to say a word again. Like,
I think you'd have to quit YouTube and clickbait.
Yeah.
I don't think you could face it.
I don't think so.
I don't think you could.
Because at that point, it's like everything you've said is just gone now. You lost to the 7 seed as the 2. You had everything you wanted. You had home field advantage. You had everything. Sorry, I just had to inhale the copium and hopium for just a hot second.
Yeah,
hot second.
Snort it. You guys got a chance. It's not.
We got a chance.
You got a chance.
Got a chance. But
it's not like you got lucky to be there. Your team's playing well. That's why you're there. Anyway.
Damn right, baby. But folks, we appreciate you. This is the 5th episode we have, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you on Sunday, because we'll also be streaming the Bills game, and then we'll see you on Monday as well. So, wow, you are going to get GPS.
That's 7 straight. Well, Tuesday. We didn't have Tuesday.
We didn't have Tuesday.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Anyway.
But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. I gotta go freaking film. This is GPS, and you have been
navigated. I have reached your destination.
Oh, I have Q&A tonight too.
Tom has Q&A tonight.